Welcome everyone, one and all, to my reaction to the finale of Season 1 of Percy Jackson, The Prophecy Comes True. Now, last time we ended with our heroes being sent back to the mortal realm, however they were immediately met by Aries, to which Percy drew his sword. So, safe to say, considering that is the literal god of war, Poseidon is going to come and help Percy, but I guess we will see how it all plays out. But yes, with that said, very excited to get into it and see how all of these loose ends are tied up, so without further ado, let's go. Oh. I was like, what?
I appreciate you taking the time.
But you're weak and want to quit?
When am I ever going to use this stuff?
Percy.
Fury tried to claw me. The Minotaur tried to skewer me. And I don't think a disarm or high guard or repost would do anything.
You'd be surprised, Percy. Combine it with your actual skills and you would actually be able to hold your cell phone. Hold your cell phone? Hold your own.
See, that's what warfare is. Knowing the rules. So you can use them against your opponent.
Intriguing.
Single combat.
Oh.
What? What? One-on-one. But I set the terms.
Huh?
I keep the bolt and you surrender the helm.
Would he agree to that? Maybe he'd agree to it just due to his own arrogance.
It's your funeral, kid.
Yep.
Although, just to be clear, no funeral. Any trace of you leaves a trace of my plan, and we can't have that.
Oh my god, he's so cocky.
It was Kronos. It was his idea to frame Poseidon's kid and steal Hades' helm and Zeus's bolt to start a war.
Oh, Hades is... not Hades. Aries is concerned.
Gods don't dream, little man, and no one tells the god of war how to start a fight.
Well, that's funny, because you've been Kronos' little bitch so far, it seems.
Say hi to your mommy for me.
Shut up. Right, Percy, here we go. What's the plan? Oh. Shit. Oh, shit. I assume you have a plan, Percy? Oh, shit. I assume that's Poseidon? It's either Poseidon or Percy.
If you're not careful, I'll find out who I am.
Holy shit, bro. Oh my god. Was that all Percy? Because if so, then let's fucking go, bro. The way that the wave like coned around him to avoid him. That was sick. Oh shit. Well done, mate. Oh wait, hold up. Is that like gold blood? That's cool. But get wrecked, you lost. God of War lost.
And you thought you were just a kid.
Yay!
Is he gonna honor the terms?
Want to know what you really won today? An enemy for life.
Nice.
Congrats.
Don't look at his true form.
Intriguing. Don't look at his true form. Is no one allowed to look at, like, even demigods? They're not allowed to look at the true form of gods?
It's Hades' helm.
How are we gonna get back to Hades though? Was there a plan to that? Oh? Or is Hades gonna come to them and that's why we're hearing Sally? I don't trust this. This seems
Quite something, isn't it?
Electo.
Lord Poseidon grows bold in his war against his king.
Oh, is she here to collect the helm?
Hades sent you to retrieve it. That's been your quest all along.
Oh, okay. That makes so much more sense because it seemed weird that she was just randomly going after a demigod. But then I thought, okay, maybe it's because it's a kid of Poseidon. That's why she's going after him. But no, this whole like plan was simply because she needed the helmet. That was her like actual goal. And they were under the impression that he had it. Okay.
What are you doing?
Living up to my end of the bargain.
Yeah.
Tell Hades I expect him to do the same.
I forget that Annabeth was out of the planning.
Good luck on Olympus.
Oh.
Perhaps there will still be a world left for your mother to return to.
I don't like you. You creep me out.
I have to.
What for? The quest failed. We missed the deadline.
This is bigger than the quest.
I'm not gonna lie, guys. I've known that we're gonna be going to Olympus just because I remember something to do with like a tower in New York from the movie, and them like going through this door, and so I assume it's Olympus. So I've always been under the impression that we would be going there. I just didn't know whether we'd be doing it like now. I didn't know if we were doing it this episode. But now that we've like resolved the thing with Hades and we've got the crown back, that's the only thing we have left to do. So I think we are going to be going. Which, damn, I mean, like Hannibeth said, we've missed the deadline, so it's a little bit rocky. But I do hope that they're able to listen to Percy. Maybe Percy's going to be able to persuade them in some way. I guess we will have to wait and see.
You two gotta go to camp. Now that we know who Aries and Clarice were working for, someone has to warn Cairo.
He'll kill you.
Oh, so they're still going on the idea of Clarice. Okay.
Either because he thinks you stole the bolt, or because you're a forbidden kid. Zeus will never let you leave Olympus alive.
I don't know. Percy's got a way with words. We'll see.
I'm done running from monsters.
Damn. Oh, I'm done running from monsters. Damn.
I have to try.
God, that is fascinating, isn't it, when you think about it in that way? Sorry to pause, but when you think about the idea that Percy grew up with his mother basically telling him that a monster is not what you perceive them to be. Like, you need to look at the person themselves and not just immediately label someone a monster. And so to say I'm done running from monsters, you could interpret that as being like he considers Zeus himself to be some kind of monster based on his own actions. It's not that he's a god. You can't just take those titles for what they are. It's like you actually need to look at the actions of the person. And so far, I would agree that the way Zeus has been behaving and treating people, you could classify him as a monster if you want. What is that?
You're gonna need all the luck you can get.
Ah. I love how he's just got this like random beaded necklace. Oh shit, here we go. Oh, look at the thunderclouds. Sick. Empire State Building. Okay, I knew it was a big building in New York. That makes sense, of course.
I'm here to see Zeus.
Oh. Shit.
I don't have an appointment.
That's so cool that the one at the reception desk would be like working for the gods. Makes sense considering it's the way into the plane of Olympus. Oh, here we go, guys. I'm excited. Oh shit! Oh wow, it's so much bigger than I thought. I don't know why I didn't think it would be this big. It's huge.
And they create demigods so we can break the rules for them. Yes.
Yep.
But if we can break rules and they can't, shouldn't they be just as afraid of us as we are of them?
I think they are.
Nothing. You're learning fast.
I'm telling you guys, they've already mentioned about they still think it being Clarice who was the one who was working with Aries, but why would they give us these flashbacks of Luke? Why would they give us these moments of us actually seeing their friendship bloom? Because we didn't get a lot of it in the early episodes. We saw it, but this is a lot more like personal when it comes to forming a friendship. So why would they be giving us this stuff if it wasn't because the prophecy said there would be a betrayal and we know that a demigod helped Aries? I think it is Luke.
Annabeth is terrified of spiders.
Okay.
But she's a lot bigger than they are. So what do you think happens when she comes across one?
Steps on it.
Two things you never want to be are small and scary at the same time. Things that are small and scary.
So as soon as you become intimidating to a god, you're done for. Which is concerning for you, Percy, because you've definitely shown an aptitude for being that way. Oh shit, okay. Oh, none of the other gods are there though. Is that Zeus? Because he was on the middle throne. That's crazy. He's in a full-on like suit. But hello, Zeus. Now let's see if this solves anything.
I didn't steal it. Neither did any of my friends. We found it. We got it back. We tried to get it to you on time, but...
You failed.
Well, yeah, he failed because he was doing your job for you.
I had to tell you who did steal it. It was Kronos.
Oh. Interesting. Let's see how this plays out. Will he just assume Percy's lying?
He's gathering strength and he's coming for all of you.
You may go.
But...
I know where Kronos is. I put him there. I know who Kronos is. I am his son. Of course he's gathering strength. Of course he's coming. That is what we do. We snap and plot and strive.
Interesting.
Thank you for the news. It is the only reason I'm letting you leave alive.
Wow, okay. Is that it then?
A war to prosecute now. So when I say you may go, it means be grateful, and it means be gone.
For fuck's sake.
Boy! The war proceeds. It ends with victory.
Okay, makes sense as to why all the other chairs were empty, because there's a fucking war about to begin. And I assume we're dealing with the idea of people taking sides. Interesting. I don't know quite how Percy is going to get around this. I don't know quite how Percy is going to convince them to not have this war, but I assume that's the resolution we're looking for, or else we'd be seeing like World War III starting on Earth, and we know that this is meant to like run concurrently with our world when it comes to the mortal world. So very intrigued to see how all this plays out.
I will not be weakened by my brothers.
You already are. Your family is a mess. They don't support you because they love you. They obey because they're afraid.
Oh, Percy, careful.
How afraid of you do you think they'll be when your dad shows up looking to put you back in your place?
Percy. Poseidon. Yes, let's fucking go.
I surrender.
I surrender. Oh.
I surrender.
Makes sense. Okay, it's an easy way to end a war before it began. What's the punishment for surrendering, though?
Just spare my son. You're forbidden, son.
You can't
You should have
talk.
never been born.
Let's have a little look
Same
at
as
Thalia.
Thalia,
Yeah.
whose bravery still inspires all demigods. Perseus is one of those heroes, and I've shown a measure of that bravery today.
God, got goosebumps considering Percy's just met his dad. Oh. Who else knows about fathers?
Aries, Hermes de
Olympus.
Yep.
will declare my swift and crushing victory,
Okay.
and then discuss
What we're gonna do about Kronos?
family business.
Yep.
Obedience doesn't come naturally to you, does it?
No. Sure.
I must take some of the blame, I suppose. The sea does not like to be restrained.
Patros. That's the only word I really got. It means father.
Chiron has taught you well.
I didn't learn it from Chiron.
Sally Jackson.
Can I ask you a question?
Why
I
did
don't
you
know
leave?
when Hades
I
will
assume.
return. He can be difficult when he wants to make a point.
Do you dream?
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Aries said gods don't dream.
Aries is a moron.
Do you dream of me?
Do you ever dream about mom?
You should be going.
That sucks. Oh, that sucks that it was cut short, but from what we've seen so far, it seems as though there are rules in place where the gods can't interact with their kids. So I'm sure it's a mix of Poseidon thinking, okay, I've got to cut this short before it's an issue, but then also it's probably very uncomfortable and very upsetting for him to like have this moment with Percy knowing it was going to be taken away soon, so that could definitely come into play as well. But damn, first meeting. Hey, cousin. Okay, right. Crazy, isn't it, to go back to Camp Half-Blood after, like, everything he's been through, everyone he's met, the amount of gods he's interacted with. Hey, where's Clarice? Can we, like, push her in the lake or something?
Why is she?
Don't say anything. I'll explain.
Oh. Intriguing. What do you know?
Everyone was ready to join the war here, start fighting each other. An accusation against Clarice.
Without proof.
We'll start that.
You stopped the war.
I don't trust you, Luke. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna sit here and believe it's Clarice. Like, it doesn't make sense. We know that he has issues with his father, and we don't know if that would extend to all of the other gods as well. So it's a little bit like, I don't know, bro. With the way they've been playing it up this episode, I think it has to be it.
Told him we needed to meet him away from the celebration, so we can talk without any of Clarice's supporters noticing.
I'll keep an eye on Clarice while you're gone.
Oh,
Make sure she isn't going anywhere.
are we saying that Percy and Luke are gonna go into the woods together, just them two?
Talk about a celebration.
Oh, Percy, I think you made a mistake here, bro.
Just thinking about what the Oracle said.
Yes, thank you. Focus on it.
Those things are so vague.
The quest is over, and everything the Oracle said has either come true or makes sense.
Except the betrayal.
And you shall be betrayed
Yep.
by one who calls you a friend.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Well, the reason Clarice is still here is because you never said anything to Chiron about her.
Oh, no.
Did you? You couldn't.
Because it was
You knew
you.
that Clarice didn't steal the bolt. You did.
Yes, thank you.
You worked with Aries to plan it on me. So when the shoes you gave me pulled me down into Tartarus,
Yep, the shoes.
the bolt would be delivered right to Kronos.
I didn't think you'd give him to Grover to wear. I am your friend.
You're not his friend.
None of this was meant to betray you.
I'm sorry, before we continue this, you can't stand here and say that you're his friend. You were literally making him be dragged down to Tartarus so the bolt would go to Kronos. What? You think Kronos is going to be like, thanks, Percy, see you later? No. Come on now, he's probably going to fucking kill Percy, so shut up with that.
I'm here to recruit.
Recruit?
Oh, fuck.
Easy. I don't want to fight.
Why'd you just draw a sword then?
Is our way out.
Way out of what?
Does it, like, cut a hole?
Their control.
Oh.
And they couldn't care less what we want. They're bad parents, Percy.
I agree.
And they've gotten away with it for far too long.
Our parents aren't perfect, but they're trying their best. I met your dad.
Oh, okay. Sore spot. Oh, shit. Oh, no. Is he going to push him in?
Last chance.
No, fuck off. He's not going with you. Shit. Yeah, just cut him. Don't.
I didn't mean to.
Percy. Really? Annabeth? Let's go.
I heard everything.
I'd jump in that pool if I were you, Luke. Yep. Bless you, Annabeth. Tough to find that out. God. He was like a brother to her. God bless Percy for being such a nice person that he was immediately going to apologize for cutting Luke. Percy, you need to understand, when we're dealing with these people, there is no apologies that are needed. He was actively going against you. We saw there he was ready to deliver a fucking killing blow to you. That should have you set up now. If you ever face him again, you just gotta fight him.
I may not be gone long.
Oh, he's leaving. Okay.
I just need to see if Hades has returned her yet.
Of course, yeah. He needs to go see about his mum.
I told you, I don't think Luke wants to kill me.
I don't think he does either.
The way he looked at the end there looked like he was gonna deliver the killing blow, but we'll see.
Part of it made sense to you, didn't it?
Of course.
Luke knows that you'd be a powerful ally to his cause and his master. Kronos, he can be very, very persuasive.
Yeah, he definitely played on the part of Luke that had issues with his dad and everything.
You're still here.
Oh, piss off.
I was just leaving. Thank you.
No, thank you, Percy.
Percy? I'm 90% sure it's Pete.
Percy.
Oh my god, he's so annoying.
Percy Jackson.
Hell yeah. Aww.
How does she feel about all of this? You going home to see your dad?
Oh.
It's a tree, see, we bring. It doesn't express opinions.
Interesting, though.
He wants to show me New York City first, so I'm gonna pretend I haven't been there. There's some place called Disney World, which kind of sounds like Waterland, but less determined to kill you.
I don't know if Annabeth is the kind of person who's going to enjoy Disneyland, but we'll see.
Oh, is that your searcher's license?
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah!
The council's theory is that Pan is always on the move and it's all about timing. But no one's ever bothered to check the seas.
Oh.
I know some people in management out there. Let's make a pact. No matter what happens, we meet back here next year.
Hell yeah.
All of us. Right here.
That's what I want to hear. I love that like idea when we're considering this as the finale of the show. And then season 2 will be the next year. Right, please. Please.
Percy?
Hell yeah! Oh. Oh, bro, my eyes are tearing up. Uh-oh.
It's a long story.
Yeah, girl, we got a lot to catch you up on.
But come on.
It's time to wake up.
Huh? Huh? What?
We're still doing this? I won. You lost.
Soon enough, we'll meet in your world.
Oh, God. That's ominous.
Your survival is the key to my return.
Your survival is the key to my return? What?
No kidding, kiddo. Time to wake up. Breakfast awaits. 7th grade awaits. Let's get this party started.
What? I assume this is what was happening. I assume that we were doing like a time jump forward But that was when they actually, like, that was when he found his mum, but then it was all part of the dream, and then this is a little bit in the future. How far into the future, though? Like, I assume that that was the start of summer. Maybe that Percy was leaving the camp, and so is this the end of summer? Because she's talking about him starting school?
He said, don't forget to tell your mom how much you love her today.
Kronos, Lord of the Titans, said that.
Nope, but he's evidently not going to tell you what he said.
The stories you heard about Greek gods, heroes, and monsters.
I was going to say, I was like, wait, is that...
I'm here to tell you.
Lovely.
If you ever feel like you don't fit, like the world doesn't make sense, then you might be a part of our world. So don't give up, because we might need you for the fight ahead.
Hell yeah. Is that it? Is that it? Aww. Yeah, I did hear that an actor passed. I think I heard that it was the actor for Zeus, which is really sad, but bless his heart. I'm just gonna check if there's a end credits thing here because, yeah, okay. I was gonna say because I knew that they were doing trailer ones, so I wondered if they would do one for the finale, but okay.
My wife is divorcing me, and on top of that, I gotta pay you too?
Oh, hell yeah, you finally got rid of him. He weren't worth your time, Sally, so good job.
To Percy Jackson from the gods? Cute.
Don't tell me that's Medusa.
Gross.
Well. Shit. God, just imagine Sally and Percy come home and find him like that. Like, oof. I don't know if there's really anything you can do. Can you turn someone back when they turn to stone? Because if not, then yeah, he seemed like a little bit of a slob and not the best person to be with, but I don't know if he deserved death. But like I said, if there's nothing they can do, there's nothing they can do. So yes, there we have season 1, episode 8, the finale of Percy Jackson and the Olympians. And that was a fantastic series. I feel like if I was to try and like break it down and compare it to some of my favorites, yeah, it wouldn't be the most amazing thing in the world, but that's only because it was catered for a younger audience. And we went into it knowing that. So it's not like I've been disappointed. I went into it knowing what I was expecting, and it exceeded my expectations in that regard. So really like the series altogether. I feel like sometimes it did feel a little bit rushed, but I was talking to a Patreon in the comment section, and they were basically saying that it's probably because it's a kid's show, because kids shows tend to be shorter than shows geared to an older audience. So in that sense, it does make sense. It's just when I'm looking at a story, I would appreciate a longer story where we just see things developed a little bit more, because I found the stuff with Hades felt a little bit too quick. The stuff in Olympus felt a little bit too quick. And yeah. Also, the only disappointment I had this episode was probably the fact that we didn't get to meet any of the other gods, because knowing that like there were all those chairs there, it's just like the possibility of seeing all these different gods was there. But then we only really got to see Poseidon and Zeus, which, don't get me wrong, it's still really cool to see Zeus, but I don't know. I was hoping to see the full gang there, but I understand that when we're talking about a show that is hoping to have more seasons, you wouldn't want to cast everyone too quickly, because then you might have cast changes throughout, you know. But in terms of where our characters left off, Grover going on the searching quest for Pan, hell to the fucking yeah. I know that he mentioned looking in the sea, but I don't quite know how Grover's gonna be searching the sea. But I don't know, maybe he's got some piece of equipment that will help him. Maybe he just needs a boat, and he'll just be able to sense when he's near Pan. I guess we will have to wait and see on that front. Now, Annabeth is the one that surprised me the most, because she's going back to see her dad. I was concerned until she said that she had like already contacted him and they already had these plans in place, because then, okay, it's going to be a good experience, because I was scared that, given what we heard, it was definitely that she ran away, but the reasons that she ran away felt a little bit like, oh, has her dad even like been looking for her? Is her dad concerned about her at all? But it seems as though they are open to having a good relationship with each other, so hell to the fucking yeah on that front as well. Now, Percy himself is seemingly having the most normal experience of them all, as it seems as though he's going back into the usual school system for mortals, which is going to be a very interesting thing to see, because he understands so much more about himself now. He knows where all of these issues that he's had growing up when it comes to education come from, where all these issues when it comes to making friends have come from. And so I'm just very curious to see if that's going to give him a different perspective on school, a different perspective on everything that happens there, and whether he would be happier because he's actually found himself now. He understands himself now. So I think we're going to be going into season 2 with a much more confident Percy, and a Percy who is like ready to take the world on, you know? With everything he's been through this season, he is prepared. Now, when it comes to Luke, I was suspecting it was Luke for a while now, just because of the clues that we got, but to have it like fully revealed and the way that he behaved towards Percy just fucking sucks. Because we talk about betrayal, but betrayal on paper is very different than seeing it with your own eyes. And seeing that like revelation in Percy of like, holy fucking shit, it's you. You're the one who's betrayed us. You're the one who's gone about all of this. And for him to stand there and say that I never wanted you to die, Percy, and all of that when it came to giving the bolt to Kronos. From what we've heard of Kronos, the main thing that we've heard of him is that he tried to eat his own children. You think that Percy's going to be safe down there with Kronos, just giving him the bolt? I don't think so. So I think Luke was just very desperate in his plan to gain revenge against the gods. And I think that if Kronos hadn't influenced him, I don't think Luke would have gone down this path. I think it's very much that Kronos tapped into that part of Luke that really hated his father and hated how he was treated when it came to being a child. And he drew out all of the worst parts, you know. So in a sense, it's sad, but then also we've seen that Percy was going to be influenced by Kronos and he was able to withstand it and was able to push past it and not fall for it. So in one sense, you feel bad for Luke, but then in the other sense, he's made his decision. This is the choice that he has made. So if we gotta take him down, we gotta take him down, you know. But yeah, season 2, I believe, I'm gonna confirm it, I believe we've been confirmed for season 2. Okay, sick, yeah, it has been renewed. I've also just seen that it said that the creator, Rick Riordan, posted that they started working on the script early in 2023, like before the show aired, which hopefully that means that obviously because everything has been delayed and something's cancelled due to the strikes that we had. So hopefully that means that it won't be delayed too much then if they already had a general idea of the script going early in 2023. Because I don't mind waiting, but when it gets to like be too long of a wait, I get angsty. I'm like, give me my show, you know? But yeah, absolutely fantastic show. Really loved everything we explored. I believe we have a few questions on Patreon, so let's have a look at them before we close out. Right, we do, okay. First up, any notes on how you think this season could have been better? I mean, I already kind of discussed it. I've never really had an issue with any of the stories in the show. I never had an issue with how they were told. It was more so how quickly they were told. I feel like the only note that I would have is I want 40-minute episodes of like actual content, not this like 6 minutes of credits at the end. I want like a good chunk of story and then keep the 8 episodes, obviously, because I feel like that's just a thing that happens nowadays. You always have a season with 8 episodes, but I just feel like the format that they chose in terms of the length of the episodes definitely cut out a lot of, not a lot of world building, but more so it cut out a part of the story that would make it flow as well as I think it should have. It felt a little bit too quick for me. It felt a little bit too choppy of like, okay, we're here, we're done, we're here, we're done. And it was just like moving on too quick in my opinion. So that's the only note that I would have. Moving on, next up, what do you think this show has handled better than you expected? Oh, good question. I think it handled the world building better than I was expecting. I mean, I went into this knowing that it was going to be a kids show and it was going to be an adaptation of a book that was also designed for kids. So I wasn't expecting these like big, deep, meaningful storylines that would like get you really emotional and all of that. But that was one thing that shocked me, was that like they did such good world building and such good establishing of how these gods are bad parents and the emotions that come with that when it comes to the kids. I mean, we literally opened the show with Percy losing his mum and thinking she was dead, to then going into the next episode being so fucking pissed at his dad for the fact that he hadn't been looking after them, the fact that he had been away for so long just by, in Percy's eyes, his own volition, that it just dealt with topics I wasn't expecting. I didn't expect us to be going into it that hard and that deep, you know? So really bigged it up in my opinion, really fleshed out the story a lot more. I feel like the story would have been quite hollow without those things. It would have just felt like a little bit of a weird adventure that didn't really have much meaning to it. Whereas the way that they handled the emotions, and props to the actors, you know, with how fucking young they are, props to them for doing as good as they did, because they really sold that feeling of like kids who need their parents but also understand that they're gods and the trouble that lies with those two conflicting things, you know. But moving on, next up, what do you think about Luke's betrayal, and did you expect to see as much depth and reasoning from his betrayal as you did? Yeah, actually, yeah, because that links back to the previous question, doesn't it? No, I was expecting, when I was thinking it's going to be Luke, I was expecting, okay, we've seen that he has an issue with his dad. That probably extends to all of the gods if we're talking about him betraying them all. So that would be where it comes from. But to see the look of hurt on his face and that look of just pure hatred for them. And the fact that, like Chiron was saying, it made sense. Like, it made sense what he was saying. Like, we've discussed all season that these are bad parents. The gods are bad parents. They don't look after them. They don't take care of them. They kind of just have these kids and let them be on their merry way, but then with all of the issues that come with being a demigod and just having to fend for themselves. So of course it makes sense where that place of hurt comes from in Luke and why he wants to take it all down, but yeah, it's concerning to think that he thinks that Kronos, this god that we heard wanted to eat all of his children, like we have never heard any good things about him, which, to be fair, the winning party will always paint history the way that they want, so it could very well be that Zeus made Kronos out to be this like horrible person and that wasn't true, but I don't know about that. Just the vibe that we've got from Kronos so far, he feels evil, so we'll see. But to think that Kronos is going to come back and somehow be better than the gods that were there before, I think Luke is just trying to get his revenge and isn't really thinking things through properly. But again, we know that Kronos is in his head, so you can definitely take that into account as well. And then an extension of that question, did you expect Percy to be that powerful during the Aries fight? I did not. Because of the like lead up that we had in the previous episode about like Poseidon being there when Percy needs him and all of that, I was like, okay, this is the moment. He's going to jump in, he's going to save Percy. But no, Percy just fucking dug deep within himself, found that power and used it. And knowing that we're going to be getting another season after we've seen that level of control from Percy is really exciting, because like what else is he capable of, you know? Like Broski just summoned a mini tsunami. You know what I mean? Fucking swept Aries off of his feet. And the like big thing that I'm thinking of is like, it's one thing to control water if you think about like making a wave, just like pulling water up and pulling it forward. But that cone that went around Percy to like not hit him with the wave, that was like a level of control that is so much more developed than just I'm gonna make a wave and hit you with it. So we're definitely seeing some power from Percy, and it's definitely exciting. Like I said, knowing we're going to be getting into another season and knowing that we've got this time in between seasons. Like, are we going to be waiting a year? Is that what we're getting at? Oh, you know what, guys? I've just kind of processed that, because I'm trying to figure out the timeline of things. Was that summer? Was it summer that they were... it was a whole to do with the quest. I need to look it up. Oh my god, I've just found a breakdown on Reddit of the timeline of the entire, like, book series, and this is so cool. So I found where we began. So it says that the field trip that they went on at the start of the show was in May. July passed while he was in Camp Half-Blood, and then the book probably ends in early August. Okay, yeah, that's what I was going to say. Okay, so they were at camp during summer, and then when term was beginning, that's when Percy left to his mum, and that's where he's beginning real school. Okay, so that kind of adds up with what I was saying. So are we going to like go through Percy's entire like grade 7, like is he going to go through that entire year of school and then we're going to go back to Camp Half-Blood next summer? Because that could also be a great way to show his growth as a person, because even though he's not going to be in the camp fucking like fighting things and like training with his abilities, we don't know what he could train while he's in the mortal realm, you know? And even then, it's not all about physical abilities, it's also about like his own mental well-being, and maybe being in that environment would be positive for him, being in an environment that he used to struggle in, but like now having this knowledge of himself, maybe we will see a real change in his character, like a level of confidence, you know? So yeah, very excited to get into next season and see how it all plays out. But moving on, our next question, how do you think they portrayed the growth of the main 3 characters throughout the series? What an excellent question. I've talked a bit about Annabeth, so I'll focus on her first, but I really enjoyed Annabeth's growth this season, because we started off seeing her very much a very volatile person, and I think she was volatile due to the mixed emotions she was having, because I think Percy coming along mellowed Annabeth out in the sense that he kind of confirmed a lot of the feelings that she was having, because she was someone who was trying in her mind, like in her head, to be like, okay, they're gods. I can't have the relationship that I want with my mum. I just need to accept that. But then in her heart, she's a fucking kid. Of course she wants a relationship with her mum. Of course she wants that love. So I think that she was having an internal conflict the entire time. And I think Percy coming along and like basically backing up that feeling in her heart, backing up that like, no, it is wrong. They should be here for us. I don't care who they are. I don't care what they are. They are our parents and they should be here to support us. And I think that that was a big thing for Annabeth, to finally move past the thoughts that she was having about like, okay, no, but it's understandable because she's a god, and actually move into, no, it's not understandable. I get that she's a god, but she's still my mum and I deserve it. And I think that's where we saw a real change in Annabeth. And then also obviously the whole adventure thing, it definitely allowed them to develop this friendship with each other. And I think that truly allowed her personality to bloom, you know. But moving on from her, we have Grover. Grover is someone who, I think Grover, we didn't see a huge amount of growth only because he was often the person there to help the other two rather than them helping him. And so I think that's where we've seen like not necessarily a lack of growth in Grover, but a lack of opportunity. And so that is one hope that I would have next season, that we see a lot more Grover and a lot more of his personality. But we definitely did have some development for him. We saw a confidence grow with him throughout the season. We saw that he went from someone who like didn't think that he was deserving to go on a quest, didn't think that he could go on this quest, to now going on his own quest and starting out this search for Pan. And then combining that with the fact that he actually found his uncle's statue and was able to come to terms with that and accept, and not only accept, but also like be happy about how far his uncle got. That was really heartwarming, and I think that's the areas of growth that we definitely saw in Grover this season, but I do hope that we see a bit more of him, because I do think that of the three, he definitely had the least. Now, Percy is someone who, he went into this series so unsure of himself, basically hating himself, not understanding why he was different from everyone else, thinking that it was a him problem, thinking that he was alone, to then finding this camp of people who had such similar experiences to him, who had such similar issues, but not really issues. They're just like parts of who they are. And it was an issue in the mortal realm because they were not equipped to deal with it. But now that he understands himself so much more, and now that him and his mum can be so much more open and honest with each other, I think we're really going to see Percy bloom. I mean, we definitely saw it this season. We definitely saw that change in him, but I think that going into next season is going to be the real change, because he's going back to the mortal world, but with all of this knowledge, with all this confidence, and I think that's just going to allow him to fucking bloom. So yeah, safe to say that I'm really excited for next season. I know that the actors already look a lot older. I saw a post where they were all, I think they were all reacting to episode 1 of the series. I saw it on my TikTok, and I was like, holy shit, they've already grown so much, and I don't know when they're going to be filming, but they're going to keep growing, so it's probably good that we have this, like, year in between seasons in canon, because if not, it would be really weird to see them come back. But with that said, though, absolutely love the finale, love the way they tied things up. My only issue is just the issue I've had all season, which is I wish we had more time. But when a show has you just wanting more time and that's your only critique, I think that's a sign that it's been fucking fantastic, you know? So great first season, set the footing for the rest of the story, and I'm just excited to see where we go from here now. Safe to say they've got me hooked. But yes, with that said, thank you very much for watching. I've left a link down below to my Patreon, where you'll be able to find the uncut reactions to Percy Jackson and all the other shows and movies that I do. Also left a link to my Twitch, my Discord, and my socials, so be sure to follow them if you are interested. And Jess, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.